Boy, wrestling fans, when we look at this Monday Night Raw, it's the go-home show to Clash of Champions. Keep that in mind. Stone Cold Steve Austin out there drinking beer, having a beer bash, raising hell, Stone Cold stunning AJ Styles. It is not the OC's night, not one bit. AJ Styles most assured will take on Cedric Alexander this coming Sunday at Clash of Champions. Not announced yet, but with Cedric Alexander getting a 1-2-3 tonight, he is going to get that title shot at Clash of Champions for the United States Championship. WWE single-handedly tonight, wrestling fans, put a death warning sign on the Viking Raiders character. We're going to go over that today as well. Plus the King of the Ring semifinal matchup. All that plus so much more right here on your Monday Night Raw review. Here's the intro, and I'll be back in just a second. Clash of Champions is this Sunday, wrestling fans, and WWE really had me scratching my head. They really did. About a number of things. First, I'm not really excited for Clash of Champions anymore than I was when I went into this Monday Night Raw. Go-home shows used to be the opportunity, the show that WWE put on to elevate us to the next level going into the pay-per-view on Sunday to get us hyped. And I want you to really look at what WWE put on tonight. Outside of Stone Cold Steve Austin raising hell, having a beard bash, all that kind of good stuff. Look at what they put on tonight. Now, sure, they had some good matches tonight. Rey Mysterio versus Gran Metalik. I know Gran Metalik might be down on the card and that kind of stuff. But if you look at the match quality of that was a great contest. As a matter of fact, if WWE, if Paul Heyman would put Gran Metalik out there, give him some time, put some wins under his belt, might actually help him. Okay, that was a great matchup with Rey Mysterio. Samoa Joe, Ricochet, and Baron Corbin. I want you to think, WWE. I want you to think, wrestling fans, what exactly happened tonight that was supposed to get us wrestling fans more invested. I know. Have Ricochet win. That was supposed to get us more invested. Not have one of the biggest get off my TV characters in WWE today win and go to the King of the Ring finals in Baron Corbin. Does anybody want to see Baron Corbin in the finals? Let me know in the comments below. I know that the fans were having fun in New York by saying, "Let's go Corbin, Corbin sucks." But I'm sure the ones that are saying the Corbin sucks actually meant it. Speaking of the fans, I tell you what, New York fans is one of the best part of any show that WWE has. Every chant that they did tonight, thank you, New York. Fans were awesome. But really, this means guaranteed Chad Gable wins. What are we going to see at Clash of Champions? Baron Corbin systematically destroy Chad Gable in the King of the Ring finals until what? Chad Gable pulls out the victory? Is that what we really want to see out of the King of the Ring finals? Huh? Really? Come on, WWE. You can do better than this. Why couldn't we see something like Ricochet versus Chad Gable? Since how you had to have Chad Gable on SmackDown Live's semifinals. I mean, I would rather seen Ali in the semifinals going into the finals, and then Ricochet going into the finals. But Vince McMahon has to have heel versus babyface. And since Baron Corbin won, we know Chad Gable's winning. Elias, you can sing yourself into a loss. Guaranteed. Lacey Evans versus Natalya. Probably the biggest filler of the night. The biggest filler. The one thing that I had me scratching my head. The one thing that really had me scratching my head tonight was Charlotte and Becky Lynch taking on Bayley and Sasha Banks. Now, wrestling fans, don't get me wrong. This was a good contest. Wrestling fans, don't get me wrong. I'm ready to see these two matches at Clash of Champions. They're going to be knockdown, drag out affairs. But this match shouldn't have happened on Monday Night Raw. It shouldn't have. They could have built this matchup by a sneak attack in the back. Have Sasha Banks cut a promo. And then Becky Lynch attack her in the back on the Go Home show. Becky Lynch has that attitude. That would have been alright. Bayley and Charlotte didn't necessarily have to be on Monday Night Raw tonight. Same thing could have happened tomorrow in a different style. There was no reason for them to be inside the squared circle. You've been doing a great job, WWE, keeping them outside of the squared circle. Now, don't get me wrong. For the most part, during this tag team matchup, you did a pretty good job keeping the rivalries from, like, really getting their hands on each other. But was this tag team match necessary? No. Absolutely not. AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander. This got me worried a little bit, and a little bit, I wouldn't say confused, but I was just thinking, why? Why? Why would you announce, why would you give Cedric Alexander a United States Championship matchup by disqualification victory? And I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad he got a United States Championship matchup by pinning him in the main event. Because we all know that's what's coming. It'll be announced online. Or it'll be announced on Sunday. And then AJ Styles will probably win. But of this entire 10-man tag team matchup, this entire saga that happened tonight, there's one major thing that came out of it. And that is the Death Warden sign. The death sentence of the Viking Raiders character. Look at this character. This character has no business being babyface. None. Absolutely none. They are mean. They are monstrous. They are tearing people apart, piece by piece. And all of a sudden you have them come out and you have them turn babyface? Seriously? Look what happened to Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was a heel. He was a good heel. And then you turned him babyface. And then the next thing you know, you turned him heel. And then you turned him babyface. It absolutely crushed him. That's what will probably happen to the Viking Raiders. Damaging their character. They need to remain heel, get tag team gold, and go on a path of destruction. All through the actual tag teams in the WWE, not jobbers. Simple as that. But what do I know? I'm just a wrestling fan that's been watching wrestling for 30 years. Makes no sense. Absolutely no sense what they did with the Viking Raiders tonight. None. And finally, the one thing that did strike my attention tonight the most, and it had absolutely nothing to do with Clash of Champions. Nothing. The Firefly Funhouse. Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's awesome. Bray Wyatt is absolutely fantastic. Let me tell you, wrestling fans, he is. You all know it. Still, when he comes on, everybody stops what they're doing. The Firefly Funhouse, he once again told Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman that whoever wins, he'll see them in hell. That's awesome. Bye! Bye! And it was over. After the puppets had their own little thing, you know, as they always do. But it's just, Firefly Funhouse is just a great thing. I know one thing. I hope Bray Wyatt captures the Universal title at Hell in a Cell. That would be something to see. The Thing with the title. You can put the Universal Championship in the Firefly Funhouse with the segments. I would be okay with it. People say, well, you're cutting the Universal Championship title reign short of either one of those superstars. A loss for Seth Rollins is not going to hurt him. No one cares about Braun Strowman enough for us to really care. So, Bray Wyatt, get the title. A loss for Bray Wyatt would be da 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 da. damaging for the Fiend's character. Go Bray Wyatt at Hell in a Cell. I can't wait to see that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this Monday Night Raw review. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment down below. And of course, until I see you tomorrow, this is Webby. And I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.